Jar Oil. The company have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
Axel jam si Wave.
Yo, apply. Yo, luta do dede. Luta mo nulo jel mo to nga andil mahalis. Hello?
Bisul mo fine.
What?
Bisul mo fine.
Oh, yes!
Wave Axina Gambia. Deposit and withdraw money, pay bills and buy mobile credit without fees. Transfer money wherever in the country for only 1% fee. At Wave. Bisul mo fine? Wave. Your money is yours.
Monday, the 20th of October, 2025. Now, as we continue to mark Pink October, we are honored to welcome a woman whose story is as powerful as it is uplifting. She faced breast cancer head-on, endured the fight of her life, and emerged not just as a survivor, but as a force of inspiration. Today, she's channeling her second chance into something truly delicious. From hospital gowns to aprons, she's now the proud owner of a thriving catering business sitting side by side with West Coast Radio here in Kotu, using her passion for food to nourish others and her voice to raise awareness. Please join me in welcoming to Coffee Time a warrior, a woman of strength and a culinary entrepreneur, Fatou Cham Jallow. And we owe this conversation to our sponsors, Comium. Fatou, welcome to Coffee Time with Peter Gomez.
Thank you so much, Uncle Peter. Thank you for having me.
I should call you neighbor.
Yes.
Because that's what we are.
Neighbor, yeah.
All right, let's start with your story. What was your first reaction when you received your diagnosis?
It was the hardest pill to swallow. It was crazy. It was unexpected. And then it was just, I thought that was the end of my life. But with talking to people and then talking to people that had breast cancer before and watching videos on TikTok, people raising awareness with Advocacy, I know that I have a second chance to live. Looking at Ida, she inspired me a lot to be here.
Well, Ida just happens to be, part of the institution that is sponsoring this program, Comium. What were some of the toughest moments of your treatment?
The toughest moment was leaving my kids here, my husband here, and then traveling abroad to do this treatment. I had like a 3-year-old girl. She's the only girl. So to leave her here and travel abroad to do the treatment was really hard. But I have to do it for them. Looking at them, whenever I talk to them on video, they give me the strength to get the treatment done. And I push it to be here.
And do you consider yourself lucky, to have the chance of leaving this country to get the treatment that saved your life? Because there would be many women probably, who've passed on simply because they did not get the chance you had.
Yes, of course. I consider myself very, very, very lucky because a lot of people in Gambia are going through it here. The funds are not available for them to get treated. I have the chance to travel abroad, and it makes it very easy for me. So I feel so sorry for people that are here that doesn't have the resources or the chances to travel abroad to get treated. I talked to a lot of breast cancer patients in Gambia. There are a lot of good doctors in Gambia, but the resources are not here for them to be treated. They have to travel outside the country, like Senegal, and other countries like Turkey and China. I'm not China, but India to get treated. I was one of few lucky people that has the chance to travel abroad to get treated. Yeah.
And at what point during your treatment, did you probably say to yourself, yes, I have this. I'm really going to beat this cancer.
The moment I talked to the breast surgeon, I think that was the yes for me, because he was like really good. He talked to me nicely, and then he opened up about like breast cancer, that it wasn't the end of the world. People survived. The survival rate was really long, and then I think he pushed me through it. Yeah, he pushed me.
A lot of people talk about a new normal, after they've gone through what you've been through.
Yes.
What changed for you after, recovery, physically, emotionally, maybe even spiritually?
Everything changed. I am a new me. I can say that, because people that knew me before knew that I wouldn't do this without cancer. But I've
you wouldn't give an interview?
No.
Okay, not especially not on camera.
Terrestrial, no, because she approached me like when I opened up that store, that business I had before, and I was like, I want to do this because they are they are about to be my neighbors. But I told her I would call you back when I get back to Gambia. When I came back, I was like, this time I approached her and say, yes, I'm ready for this interview.
Okay.
Yes.
And why is that important for you to come out now?
Because I think this is my second chance is to raise awareness. I think that is the reason why I am still here, to help other people, other women that are going through this, and tell them that this breast cancer is not the end of the world, and it is not a death sentence. You can live after that. People live, like I talked to a lot of people, and then I talked to a lot of older people that had it before. They are still living. I saw a woman 30 years later, she's still alive and healthy. And so I think this is a chance for me to raise awareness and help other young women to know that this is not the end of the world. I was 37 when I got diagnosed, and then I am still here like 2 years later. And hopefully I will still be here like 30 years to come.
God willing.
God willing, inshallah.
God willing, yes. And how has your experience with breast cancer shaped your life? How has it changed you, especially spiritually? I hear some people say when they go through certain experiences, they discover God in the process.
Exactly. I have been like this before, but it changed me a lot. Because I used to pray my 5 daily prayers and stuff, go here and there. But with breast cancer, it brought me closer to God. And I know He's the only one. Even when with treatment, whenever I go to the doctors and started my treatment, I will say, hold on, wait, I have to do my prayers.
Very good.
I will pray, do some few surahs, and then I will tell him, go ahead. And he will be like, what did you just do? I was like, I was just praying to God. And then one of the nurses there, she was a breast cancer patient too. She told me, you are right. I found God during my treatment, and I am still here. So God is the only person, God is the only source of strength you can have whilst doing your treatment.
You've turned your second chance into a thriving catering business, Elite Braza, I think you call it.
Yeah, Elite Braza.
What inspired, your choice of the food business?
I am a passionate cook. Since I was like 9 years old, 10 years old, I used to cook and serve people food. This is what I want. So ever since as a child, I used to say that one day I want to be a restaurant owner or be in the restaurant, in the food business. So trying to do that, I came back to Gambia. That was the reason why we moved back. We moved back to Gambia. So when I came, I went to several restaurants. And then whenever I go in there, all I can see is alcohol, shisha, smoke, and all of that. And I don't want to be around that area, and I don't want my kids to be around that. So I decided that I would open a restaurant that will not sell alcohol, shisha, or smoke. It's going to be a smoke-free restaurant, and then people can come in with their families and they will have fun without being in the Senegambia area too.
Okay. And what inspired the name Elite Braza?
Elite, I took that name from Senegal. I went to a restaurant in Senegal, and it's like the same building. When I went in there, it was so family oriented and stuff. I said, okay, this is going to be really nice if I build this in Gambia, because I don't think we have this kind of business in Gambia. So when I took their plan, and then I decided to take the name and change it a little bit around. So I took the Elite and created the Braza for me. Yeah.
Any meaning, around the Braza?
The Braza means Braza is in Brazil. It means like grain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I took the Braza in because there is no Braza. In America, we have a lot of Braza restaurants that you will go and sit all you can eat meat. So I said I will introduce this to Gambia because I know Gambians love meat. So it's like a buffet type. We have that once every week. But now we change it because the season was so off. So we stopped it and started the pizza buffet. But we will bring back that Braza soon as the season is open.
And would you say your business is more than just cooking? Maybe healing and connection?
Yes, it's healing, connection, and trying to bring people together, trying to give young Gambians a chance to work too. I think that was one of the reasons to open up, talk to people, because I be talking to a lot of customers. If I see you come in and you are stressed and stuff, I will be like, can we talk? I will talk to them nicely, bring them back, because I know a lot of Gambians are going through mental health. And mental health to us is like people that are walking around wearing these crazy clothes, but that is not mental health. A lot of people are going through mental health, and I really want them to, when they come here, let them ease their stress and then talk to people who will be open up to them. Yeah.
And how has your journey influenced the way you run your business and interact with your clients?
It helps a lot. Interacting with people, I wasn't the type that will come to somebody and talk to them. But now seeing, when I went through this, I saw people talking to me. If I sit at the hospital, someone will just come and say, hey, are you okay? I'm like, yes. They will. I have this specific nurse. She will say, no, you are not. You are going through cancer. Your family is not here. You are not okay. Do you need to talk to me? Do you want something? And then as time goes on, I used to talk to her a lot. She became like a friend, a very close friend that I didn't have. I used to talk to her a lot. We used to chat, and she helped a lot with everything that I have went through. And she was the one who was like, what do you really want to do? I'm like, I want to be a restaurant owner. She was like, you can do it. After this treatment, you will be a restaurant owner, and you will be more open up to talking to people. And then I was like, I want to raise awareness. She was like, you can do it. Raising awareness means talking. Open up, talk to people. Ask them if they need you to talk to them. If you open your restaurant, make sure from October 1st, she was the one who first told me that. From October 1st to October 31st, make sure you raise awareness. And after that, make sure you keep raising this awareness, because everybody needs to hear your story, because it's very inspiring.
And how do you raise your awareness within the confines of your restaurant business? Do you engage clients as they come in about the importance of the month of October and the color that you're wearing now, pink, hence Pink October?
Yeah, I make sure everyone that is working under me is wearing this and the badge we had. So we have like a big banner outside. So some people will just come in and say, oh, you guys are raising awareness for breast cancer. And then I will be like, yes, I am a breast cancer survivor. And then they will be like, you are so brave. Why will you just say I am? I'm like, this is the reason why we are here. The reason why I am here is I think I spoke more about it. If I had to be quiet, it will have been a very, very crazy thing, because it will stress me more. I am a breast cancer survivor. It doesn't mean that it's going to, because what happened if I died? People will know that she died of breast cancer. So why would I hide it? We have to talk more about it, It's not a death sentence, and it's not something that is contagious. Some Gambians think that breast cancer is contagious. It is not. I mean, having it, you sitting next to me, you will never have it. Sometimes it's from your DNA. Sometimes it's from what we eat. So. Okay.
And what do you feel about the way breast cancer is reported in the media? Do you feel that the Peter Gomez's, have an understanding of breast cancer? What do you think we look out for? Do we focus on the suffering of the people? What do I say? The high mortality rate of cancer and all of that?
Yes, I think we concentrate more on how many people die of breast cancer without concentrating on how many people are surviving of breast cancer.
True.
I talked to a girl called me 2 days ago. She was like, I saw your post on TikTok about breast cancer. The only person I saw survive from breast cancer in Gambia is herself, and Advocacy. I'm like, no. There are a lot of people surviving of breast cancer, especially here in the Gambia. And she was like, yes, because I know a 16-year-old. I was so shocked. She is here. She got breast cancer and she survived here in the Gambia. And she herself, she said she was she's a breast cancer survivor, and she was treated here in the Gambia. So I was really shocked hearing that, because I never knew that people are surviving of breast cancer here in the Gambia.
Do you therefore see yourself as a role model for other women, in similar battles?
Yes, I do. The reason why I said yes, because I am very active on Snapchat and TikTok, and I always post whenever I do a video about breast cancer, I post it there, and I got tons of messages from people that are battling breast cancer, from people that have already battled breast cancer, saying that you are so brave. Because someone was like, I had breast cancer 6 years ago, and I am so scared to come out and talk about it, because if I do, my family is gonna kill me. I'm like, no, they don't have to, because you are actually learning. People are actually learning something from you when you come out. Even if you are helping one person, don't hide it, because that one person you are helping is a very big thing. So this is why I said everybody should, not everybody, but people that have breast cancer should come out and talk more about it. Let's just break that stigma. We have this stigma of hiding our sickness in Gambia. We should hide whatever is going through in our life. If you hide it, you are not helping yourself or helping anybody else. But if you talk more about it, you are helping one or two people to go through whatever they are going through.
What message do you have for someone listening to you, watching you today, who might be newly diagnosed or struggling with recovery?
This is not the end of your life, and this is not a death sentence. Talk more about it. Be free. Make sure you it's crazy. It's get emotional when I'm talking about breast cancer to somebody who is going through it, because I know the treatments are hard. The treatments are crazy. Breast cancer doesn't hurt. The treatments hurt. If you are going through a breast cancer treatment, talk to people more. Open up about it, because that is going to help you. By being quiet about it, it's not going to help you, because you might talk to somebody who has went through this kind of sickness, or know somebody who's going through it, and they can help you and tell you that because the doctors are not going to tell you what to eat. No.
They're not going to tell you.
Even in America, if you ask them what to eat, they will tell you eat anything. Okay. But from breast cancer survivors, they will tell you stop eating sugar, because sugar is it's one of the things that will that is going to feed the cancer. Stop eating meat. Minimize this. Drink more water. Stop eating drinking juice. But if the doctors will not tell you, in America, if I ask my doctor, what am I supposed to eat? She was like, eat whatever you want. I'm like, eat whatever I want. I heard people saying that stop eating sugar. She was like, I don't know. It because from their point of view, you can eat anything and get treated as well.
Seeing you, being so emotional about, advising other people who might be struggling with the disease, suggests that it wasn't easy for you, when you were first diagnosed. If you could go back to the day you were diagnosed and speak to yourself, based on the experience you had on that day, what would you say?
Be strong. This is not the end of the world.
Did you say that to yourself the first day? Or,
yes.
Or were you in denial?
No, I wasn't. Actually, I was
questioning whether the doctor,
was the doctor right? Yeah, actually, I found out breast cancer myself. I always do the breast exam.
You found out?
Yes,
on your own.
The lump, I find it myself. So I always do a breast exam. When I found it, I was like, my husband, do you think this is a lump? He was like, oh yes, it looks like a lump, but I don't think this is breast cancer. And I was like, oh yeah, I don't think it's breast cancer too. So that time my sister just had a baby, so I was so concentrated with the Ngente and the Gambian, the typical Gambian stuff. After like a week or two, the lump was still there, so I told my sister I have to go to MK clinic to check. When I went there, even the doctor, he's a very good doctor too, he was like, I don't think this is breast cancer. And I was like, yeah, that's what I told my husband, this wasn't breast cancer. He was like, but we need to do a biopsy. I'm like, why are we doing a biopsy if you think this is not breast cancer? He said, no, we just want to know what is inside that lump. And I was like, no. I left, and then like a week later, I was talking to a friend. I was like, I find a lump on my left breast, but I don't think it's breast cancer. And she was like, no, you are too young to have breast cancer. You are just 37, so I don't think this is breast cancer. So, but she decided to connect me with her nephew and say, just call my nephew. She works at Westfield Clinic. They have a very good doctor there, Mr. Jaite. You can go and talk to him. So I went there. Mr. Jaite, a very good doctor too, he was like, this is a lump, but I'm not sure what is inside that lump. So we need to do a biopsy. I'm like, biopsy? No. So I talked to my sister's nephew, my friend's nephew, and she was like, you have the chance to travel. Why can't you just go to the US and see and get a third opinion? And then I traveled. When I went, the same thing those two doctors told me, that's the same thing that my doctor over there told me too. She was like, Fatu, you are too young. I don't think this is breast cancer, but we need to do a biopsy. And then from the biopsy, the lady that was doing my biopsy, a very bold lady, I was like, what do you think this is? She was like, this is breast cancer. I'm like, but there was another white lady in there. That lady was Mexican, I think Mexican or Indian. The white lady was like, don't listen to her. Don't listen to her. You will be fine. Even if this is breast cancer, we will make sure that you are fine. I'm like, yes. And she told me that the doctor is going to call you within 3 days to tell you your results. So the doctor called me whilst I was sleeping. And when I went home, I told my aunt, they said this is breast cancer, but even if it's breast cancer, I will survive. And my aunt was like, and then 3 days later, I was laying down. And then the doctor called. She was like, Fatu. I was like, yes. She said, I'm sorry, your results are out, but this is breast cancer. I'm like, breast cancer? What stage? He was like, no, I cannot tell you over the phone, but you have to come to my office in a week time. I'm like, I'm going to stay here for a week to know what kind of breast cancer I have. He was like, I don't have any appointments till Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday, June the 6th. I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, I went there, and then they were sitting like 3 or 4 doctors sitting. I went with 2 of my friends and my cousin, and he was like, yes, you have breast cancer and it's stage 3. I'm like, stage 3? So my friend, she's very aware about breast cancer because she's a CNA. She helped people with breast cancer. She was the one asking me mostly all the questions. She was like, so what are the treatment options? So the doctor gave me the treatment option, but I was like, okay. She said she will be fine. She just need to do like 6 months of chemo, surgery, and then radiation. She will be fine. So I left. Once we left there, I told my friends, I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to move out of I'm gonna go to my sister and stay there. Since I came with my daughter, I don't want to stay here whilst going through treatment. So I moved to Pennsylvania with my sister and her husband. So that's where I had my treatment. But it was it was the craziest. So when I started the treatment, I told my sister, hey. No, actually, the nurse that was telling me about the treatment, she was like, I'm just gonna be very honest with you. The chemo is gonna be very hard, and it's gonna whoop your butt. She was like, I cried that day, Uncle Peter. I was like, after crying that day, I'm like, I'm not gonna cry about this cancer again, and I'm gonna show this woman that I will kick cancer's butt. I told my sister, and she was like, "But why will she?" I was like, "She's white." I'm sorry to say
I know where the conversation ultimately
she's
ended.
white.
Yeah.
Why will she tell me this? And that was very hurtful for her as a nurse to just tell you chemo is gonna kick your butt. Like, you don't do that. And then after any time that I saw her at the hospital, I would like, I'm beating chemo's butt. Chemo is not beating me.
Yeah. Well,
so yeah.
Well, that was an inspiration, to really give it a good fight, and thank God you won.
Yeah.
The first interview I did with survivors of breast cancer, the phrase "living fully," kept coming up. That after recovery, you could live a full life. You could live fully. What does living fully mean for Fat Cham?
I don't care much about whatever life whatever life gives me. I will just push it back and keep moving. I used to care much about what people say, what people have to say. What if I do this? What are they gonna say? But after breast cancer, Uncle Peter, I don't care. I only care about my family. That's the thing. I would even if I went out and somebody trying to bring trouble to my side, I will stand there, smile at you, and then walk away. Before breast cancer, I will.
I like the typical Gambian la ilah.
Before breast cancer, Uncle Peter, I will stand there and fight. But now, I will just walk past you, and then.
You feel that breast cancer has made you a better version of yourself?
Of myself. Yeah, it did.
You mentioned Ida. Have the two of you worked together? And if yes, how have you continued to work together?
Ida is like a sister before breast cancer, because we stayed in the same state.
Okay.
So she was like, we grew up, I was like 16 or 17 when I met her. So when she got diagnosed, she was the first Gambian I ever heard having breast cancer. I was like, breast cancer? Gambian? So she was advocating. I wasn't into breast cancer that much at the time, because it wasn't something that you will hear all the time. So when I got diagnosed, I was like, who should I call? Who had breast cancer before? And then something just clicked to my head and said, Ida Sise. And then I called her. Ida. She was like, FCAM, we just chat. And Ida, I just found out that I have breast cancer. She was like, oh no. She kept quiet for like 30 seconds. And she was like, we're going to fight this. We will beat it. I'm like, yes. So how do I do? What do I eat? And she started, okay, what did the doctor say? I sent her, she said, send me all the papers. I sent her all the papers. And then she helped me through. Even if I go to like my appointments and I have something that I wanted, she was the first person I would send my papers to and say, okay, Ida, they said that I'm done with chemo, so I have to finish immunotherapy. And she was like, yeah, you have to do this and this and this and that. And then when I say, okay, Ida, they said that I have to do, what was it, radiation. She was like, no, you don't have to do it. And then she called me back and said, okay, as far as the doctor said you have to do it, just go ahead and do it. You will be fine. It's just going to be a month. After that, when I came back here, I called her. October 1st, I called her and said, a week before October 1st, I think, I called her and said, Ida, it's almost October, breast cancer awareness. She was like, I was about to call you. So are you ready to talk? I'm like, yes. Do you want to do this? I'm like, yes, Ida. She said, okay, good. So we have an interview with, I think, another radio. We did it. And whatever she has, she will call me. Even this weekend, we were supposed to travel to Kuntaya, but I couldn't go. And she was so like, I know she didn't like it.
Yeah, she spoke about the Kuntai, I think.
Yeah.
We might even have either, on the final Monday of Pink October on
Pink
the program
October.
next week.
She is the best person ever. She helps me a lot. She helps me.
Knowing Ida, I'm sure she will say you're a better person.
No, she
All
is.
right?
She is.
For those of you who don't know, Ida is my program partner on Pinchum Comium every Wednesday, 10 to 8 o'clock. Just to bring this conversation to a close, Fatu, thank you very much for your bravery and for being on the program, not only to be heard, but actually to be watched later on. A lot of people will look at you and see that you're definitely a healthy person.
Yes.
Luckily, you are in the food business, and they say, well, what you eat determines how healthy you are.
Yeah.
I can foresee a situation where a lot of people now would want to know where Elite Braza is. We have no problem advertising for you because they will just assume that if they come to you, you can advise them as to what to eat and also, what you serve here. How important is nutrition, especially for people, battling conditions? Breast cancer, for instance, survivors.
Yeah, what you eat is what you put in your body. And then especially sugar and rice, they are very bad. And bread.
Sugar and rice?
Yes.
Oh.
And then the rice part is very crazy because just like my husband and my family, they love eating rice. My husband will eat rice like 3 times a day, which is very crazy.
You can't stop him?
No, I tried, but
send him to me. I'll cancel him.
Yeah, I tried, but what we eat, what we put in our body is very important. Like we need to eat more healthy food. I stopped eating sugar like 3 years ago when I got diagnosed. I don't eat anything with sugar. Coffee, I will just put a little bit of honey and that's it. Even like I talk to people about it in my restaurant when they come and I say, how do you get this healthy? I'm like, I don't eat sugar. All I do is honey and then meat here and there, rice here and there. Or I change rice to quinoa, which is I saw it in one. I brought it, but I saw it in most supermarkets here. Which is the same as, it's like the same as rice to me now because I'm used to it. But people that are not used to it, they say that it tastes nasty, but it doesn't. It's really good. So I help people whenever they come to the restaurant and they say, I'm a diabetes patient or I am a high blood patient, I will say, stop eating this and this and this because I research more about food. Because when you are serving people food, you want to know what they are putting in their body. But Gambians, you cannot stop them with rice and bread.
And just finally, as a survivor, what advice might you have for people who are struggling, with health generally? Can they come to you and maybe you give them 5 minutes of your time? Because you survived a potentially, a disastrous health condition.
We'll definitely give them all my time if they want it. Because I want to raise awareness. I want to help people. That is why I am here now, I think. That is why I got a second chance to help people. So whoever want to talk to me, just come by the restaurant or call me. My numbers are all over social media, I think. If you don't get me, just call the restaurant and then they will send a message over and I will definitely call you. Anybody
who puts their number on social media is definitely not trying to hide away from people. Fatu, thank you so very much for joining us, Fatou Cham Jallow.
Jar Oil, the company, have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
Excellent jam, Wave.
Yo, apply. Yo, luta do dede. Luta mo nulo jël moto nga andil ma xaalis. Hello?
Bisul mu fine.
What?
Bisul mu fine.
Oh, yes!
Wave Accina Gambia. Deposit and withdraw money, pay bills and buy mobile credit without fees. Transfer money wherever in the country for only 1% fee. At Wave. Bisul mu fine? Wave. Your money is yours.